Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, 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 y'all. Get on in here, get on in here, get on in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. You are now in the den. How's everybody doing today? Happy Saturday. Happy self-care Saturday. Okay, how are we making it through the day? How did we make it through this week? How did we make it through the month? You know, some did not make it, but we still here. Go us, all right? So that's something to celebrate. You know, how are we feeling? Of course, if this is your first time finding my channel, welcome, welcome to you. If you've been rocking with me and you coming back, welcome back. And first and foremost, can you hear me? Can you see me clearly? Because y'all know that my Wi-Fi be Wi-Fiing. Oh, goodness gracious. Hey, Shannon. My Shay Shay. What's up, Moochie? Moochie in the building. Okay, Queens in the house. Put your hammers up. What's up, Miss Kira Speaks? Thank you for coming through. So, you guys, today, okay, it's Self-Care Saturday. And, you know, with Self-Care Saturday, if you're not familiar, we usually talk about just a whole bunch of different topics, right? It could be mental, um, physical, you know, stopping the stigma on mental health, breaking the silence, bringing awareness. For me, it's definitely a big part of bringing awareness. We have had, you know, breast cancer awareness, sickle cell awareness, lupus awareness, mental health awareness. So today, I thought that it would be great to shine a light on autism awareness. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Sometimes people have, you know, a whole bunch of misconceptions. So that's definitely a big part of what I like to do when I'm up here. We also do positive affirmations, of course, self-care ideas, self-care tips, you know. And so first we like to start it out with just a check-in. How's everybody feeling? How has everything been going for you guys, right? So far. For me, you guys, and I know I've been singing this for a minute, but listen, just full disclosure and gotta keep it real because that's what life's been giving me, okay? It's been very, very hard, y'all. It's been very, very hard. I have been mourning, okay, the loss of my cousin as well as my aunt back to back to back. Child, it's been a lot of back to back to back loss. So that's definitely been heavy. And usually I would have things like all set up and I would know exactly what I want to talk about and I would have different ideas, but I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. For a minute there, I just was like, okay, I guess I'll hop up there and, you know, it'll just be a check-in. But for some reason, two words just kept coming to me. Reflection, okay, taking a good look at ourselves and what's been going on and what we doing and, you know, all of that kind of stuff. And I'm sorry, y'all, 1 minute. That's what happens when you're trying to multitask. And resilience, right? I have been asked, I don't know how many times from close friends, from close family, like, how are you making it along? How do you be getting through? Even my counselor was like, what happened? Where you be getting this strength from, right? And child, I don't even know half the time myself. I can say I think faith is definitely one thing. Being able to have my counselor, being in counseling for as long as I've been, I've definitely have learned to use the tools that I've, learned in there. I've been able to do my positive affirmations, meditate, pray, and things of that nature, right? And so I think that definitely has been a big help to me. But some days is definitely harder than others, right? And so on top of that, I just had my last counseling session with my counselor yesterday. He's leaving me after I was so comfortable with him and loved the way that he works. So that's another form of loss, because loss and grief is not just you, physically losing somebody in a death. It comes in many different forms. We've done a breakdown of that before too. So supposedly I'm only gonna have to wait 2 weeks to get another one, but child, the last time they did this to me, I was without one for 3 months, and it was during the holiday time, which is the most difficult time for me. And I was like, y'all gotta be kidding me. You saying it should be 2 to 3 weeks. Hopefully, I don't go through that again. Okay. So life definitely been life. Let me just say that. But Miss Kira Speak says this week has been rough, but today is going okay. I know that's right, baby. All we can do is one day at a time, right? And yeah, loss is definitely tough. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody that's been sending me prayers and condolences. Definitely helps. What's up, LSW? Thanks for coming through. So yes, that is what your girl has been dealing with so far. So yeah, we're gonna talk about a little self-care, self-reflection, self-resistance. But first and foremost, I did want to talk about autism and the fact that it's Autism Awareness Month, and that April 2nd was Autism, Awareness Day. But before we get into any of those things, okay, remember to breathe, baby. Okay, first and foremost, we have to breathe. Go ahead and take a deep breath in, hold it, and then let it out. Okay, that's always one of the first things and the top things that we have to do besides checking in with ourselves. If anybody has been doing journals, vision boards, we discuss positive affirmation jars, gratitude jars, and things of that nature. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Shout out to Kendall. She did a check-in with me, asking me how my vision board was coming along, and I was like, baby, with everything that's been going on, I kind of dropped off with the vision board, but I have still been saying my positive affirmations. I have been putting things in the jar. I have been praying. So, sometimes we may fall off a little bit, but like I always tell y'all, even if we fall off, that doesn't mean stop. You always can pick right back up where you left off and just keep it going, okay? Um, and so that's what, I plan on doing, and that's what I would encourage all of you to do. Um, so you guys can go ahead and do your breathing while you listening to me, or you can take one breath. But whenever you have a chance, it's definitely very important for us always to remember to breathe, okay? Because things be getting overwhelming, and you be feeling stressed the heck out, and we know that stress then turns into, you getting physically sick and having other problems, and then you even in a worse situation, and you more stressed than when you started, and we don't want that. Um, then we move along. Of course, this is self care. Okay. And we are here. We are in the right place. This must be the place. Yes, it is the place. Okay. We over here in the den, and you are in your right place. You are in your happy space, your happy place. Okay. Where you can let it go, let it flow, relax, relate, release. At least that is my hope. And, good vibes only, positivity only, letting all the negative vibes go. And self care is not a luxury, it is an absolute necessity. Okay. And so we are officially closed down, baby, for self-care. What's up, Derry B? Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you. So I'm actually waiting for our guest to join me, okay? So we're gonna just talk about some other things till she get here. We got a little shine a light on them, okay? And so I am excited about that. Can't wait to, be able to bring her in. And while we are waiting, again, just talking about autism. World Autism Awareness Day was April 2nd, and you know, April is National Autism Awareness Month, but for me, it is 365 days a year, 7 days a week, same as, how I say about Black History Month. It don't stop, okay? We got it January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, okay? We can always spread awareness all year round, but of course, when it is that time of the month, definitely want people to be able to know more about it because some people don't know. They make assumptions, like I said. And so Moochie says, I'm so proud you got your glasses on. Yes, girl, I needed them. I definitely need them. Okay. So I can see some things, what's going on. So yeah, definitely wanted to take time out to talk a little bit about autism. And I am not, no specialist or nothing like that. I have worked with autistic kids in the past. If you guys know, like I've talked to y'all about my background before, I have been in the medical field. I've been in the home, the nursing homes, hospitals. I'm not no psychiatrist. I'm not no psychologist. None of that. Okay. But I have studied psychology, drug and alcohol abuse, and things of that nature. So between education, my work experience, and also just everyday life with friends and family, I have come across many different types of um you know um how should I say it, just all around, right? Different illnesses, different disabilities, different obstacles and things of that nature, right? And I did work with AHRC like years and years ago. I was really young during that time, and so sometimes we would have autistic kids, we would have ADHD kids, we would have kids that could have been in a wheelchair, and all of those different types of things, right? And it was mainly focused on kids, but that was so long ago, so I don't know everything, okay? But I do have somebody very special here with me today that just so happens to be my cousin, so I'm very proud of her and all that she has accomplished and all that she's going to accomplish and all that she is going to do. And I wanted to shine a light on her because she has a foundation called A Mother's Love and Beyond. Well, she actually has more than one foundation, but this is the one in particular that we are going to probably be more so focusing on today. And so I figured what better way than to discuss, bringing awareness during Autism Month than to be able to also shine a light on her and her foundation and the great things she's doing. She actually is about to have her first annual fundraiser, and it is Hip Hop Makes the Brain Rock. Okay, if I'm messing up anything, she'll correct me when she get up here. It's going to be Saturday, April 13th. If you are in the New York area, I know a lot of my subscribers are spread all around the world. But if you are in New York, it is going to be Saturday, April 13th from 11 to 4. Is across the street from Queens College and Palmanac Park. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. It will include inspirational words, old school activities and performance, double dutch singers, rappers, dancers, you name it, okay? And you can also show support by going to a mothersloveandbeyond.com, which I'm going to add in the description. I do have her TikTok, her Instagram, her Facebook in the description, as well as her YouTube. And any way that you can show her support, it would be greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated, okay? Let me know whenever you're ready for me to bring you in. Okay, you guys. So I want to introduce y'all to my, cousin, my Kiki, right? Her foundation again is A Mother's Love and Beyond. And so I'm so excited to have her here. So, this is a long time coming. Hey, Kimon. Hi, baby. How you feeling?
Feeling good.
That's good. I'm glad. I'm so happy and excited to have you guys here with me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
He got it. He got it. I was having such and then I was like, what am I doing wrong? I used to do this.
Listen, StreamYard, baby, we all be having problems. This is a part of the life.
Yeah, I'm dusty. I'm so dusty.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I connected it or anything like that. So it's all right. It's okay. God is in control. Hi, everyone.
Yes, yes, yes.
Much for letting me come up or invite me, I should say, so I can speak, more so on autism awareness and how for
Mm-hmm.
all year round is just the world that made it this month where we just acknowledge it.
Right.
I can just jump right into it. So, as a foundation right now, what we are doing, I'll talk about that first. As a foundation,
Mm-hmm.
we are creating a music program for sensory skill set for our children who have autism and special needs, because we don't have those type of programs available for them for after school. So I'm working
Mm-hmm.
diligently to get that, up and running to the capacity that I know it can be. So it can be something that not just offered in certain boroughs, but all the boroughs, because it's a great need, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But our foundation as a whole,
Mothers Love and Beyond.
yes, a Mothers Love and Beyond. Wait, look at my spokesman here. Come here.
Mothers Love and Beyond. Overcoming autism, denial, self-blame, one step at a time, along with disability challenges that struggles that comes with it. Remember, you're not alone. It takes the amazing person to raise an amazing child. Amen. Amen.
Amen. All right now. I know that's right. So, like, I'm just curious. I mean, I know, of course, we've been talking behind the scenes. It's been a long time coming, and I was trying to get you up here for a minute, but the schedules was just, life was life, and we both was busy.
Yes.
Um, but like, how did you first know that you wanted to start this foundation, or what you wanted it to be? Like, did it come to you like you knew automatically that's what it was, or you was kind of struggling in between?
No, so some can go with me on this and others may be left behind, but just open your mind to it. In the pandemic, my son was struggling because most children who have autism are used to structure and consistency.
Mm-hmm.
And, I started having dreams. And in my dreams, God was showing me like something that he showed me when I was in my early 20s. And I couldn't really understand it. I was like, wait a minute. How something just completely leave your mind. So I had known
Mm-hmm.
for years, and in this dream, I saw myself go through this door, and
Mm-hmm.
when I stepped in, it was a body of water, and my arms was extended, and it was all these children in the water. I mean, from all around the world, Indian, Black, Spanish, you just name it, any nationality, and my arms was just wrapping around them, and I knew then that this was what he was trying to lead me to, because a lot of parents started looking for advice like, what are you doing with your son, because
Mm-hmm.
verbal for so long. He wasn't verbal until he was almost like 6.5. So people were so curious, like, what were you doing with your son? I said, well, it required a lot. I had to resign. I couldn't go into the career, my career dream that I wanted to go into, which was law enforcement corrections. I wanted to do prison ministry. So that was out of the question. And I had to focus on him because I couldn't accept what they were saying to me. I knew my God was bigger. So that's why I said some people can go with me and some people may not be able to embrace. But it came so clear to me. I knew what it was going to be called. It was going to be called A Mother's Love, because my grandmother, God rest her soul, who was a big inspiration to me, as growing up as a child. We was thicker than thieves, and she had published a poem called "A Mother's Love," and that was a big thing. As a Black author, a writer, a poet. Miss Poet, Miss Miss Poetry over there. It's a gift that's in our family. We are very talented people, but this is where it poured from. You know, my son having a hard time, but the stillness in the pandemic, although I can't stand bringing it up, but the stillness that we had did so much. My son, I was able to teach him how to use the bathroom because he was not doing number two. He was still using pull-ups. Let's keep it real up here. It can be a struggle. And that's why I always tell my parents there's victory through the struggle or in the struggle. Sometimes we don't see the little things that God is doing while he's preparing and building us. And that was a big thing for me, although for someone else it would be small because he was almost 6 and he was still nonverbal and he was still using pull-ups to poop. So that stillness became a time for God to really speak to people. I don't think I'm just the only person to awaken people, for people to step into their purpose and their calling, to feel good about what am I supposed to be doing on this earth? What am I doing while I have this limited time here on this earth, So that's where it came from. And overall, it just being something that has been so beautiful. I've had my challenges. It's been a struggle. We're going to be 4 years old come October. We've been invited to a lot of different functions as far as us coming to represent for autism, but we've never had our own autism awareness event. So this is really big for me. Y'all, I've been, wait, let me get the papers. Yeah, let me tell you, I'll take my hat off to people who do this all the time. I see now, I'm saying, why people always just do one thing once a year? They need to do it more. Honey, it is work, especially if you're a perfectionist like us. Me and my cousin, we both share the same birth sign, and we are perfectionists. We want to make sure every detail, because we want people to be blessed. My ultimate goal is for someone to open a mindset. So within the foundation, although we bring autism awareness, God specifically instructed me to focus on overcoming autism denial and self-blame. That's the difference within my foundation. So we primarily work with parents who are struggling with denial. And we know there's a lot of people out there. And on my lives from our foundation page that we was doing, maybe I haven't done any lives like in maybe a year. So the 2 years worth of lives, God was convicting me, and I was telling people, listen, God is holding you accountable. If you come across a family member or a friend, and out of everybody, you're the one who's able to pick up that this child, you see that there's something not completely balanced. There's something, they struggling with. You can see it. Everybody don't have the sense for it, but some people have that gift where they can pick it up right away, and I had to let them know, listen, you're held accountable. Aunt, uncle, cousin, friend, I don't care who you are. Have an intervention. Speak to your other family members. Come together so you can come to that person to be that support system for them.
Yeah, denial is big, and you can say that for just about anything across the board. Like being able to accept and then figure out what are the tools and the things that I need to do to go from this step.
Yeah,
is a big thing.
it's
Yeah.
it's not easy, not at all. It's not easy at all. It's the depth of the unknown. So
Mm-hmm.
expectation, let me give a piece of my testimony now. The expectation of every parent, every mom, especially, not just we're not going to exclude the dads, because without them the baby wouldn't be wouldn't, but the expectation, we are the cocoons, we are the ones that are nurturing that child in that time frame. So therefore, for me, I dealt with a lot of self-blame. That's
Mm-hmm.
uplift, denial, and self-blame.
Right.
His father dealt with the denial part. And basically what happened, I'm sorry, I
That's
apologize.
okay.
I
I
become
was
so
like, wait a minute, we lost that.
I began to come like really robotic because I dealt with severe postpartum depression.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things that, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But in that, I thank God for my sister, Takanya Lucas, who identified, because she's a teacher, and
Mm-hmm.
see So I was able to get services in home for my son first before I
Mhm.
went and put him in a center base. But for me, I got to a place to where I just prayed one day and I said, Lord, I don't really know this. I don't know what's going on. And I know a lot of parents feel that way. And you
Yes.
want to ignore it, but you can't ignore it, right?
Mhm.
Because it's detrimental when you ignore it. You are not doing your child any, justice by ignoring something that you see. And I'm so thankful that God sends so many angels on assignment to just give me information that I didn't know. So when I started applying these things to my son, and I started seeing the turnaround,
Yeah.
tell parents all the time, if a child's making gestures, that means they can communicate. So that's
Mhm.
always a good sign. If they pulling you to the refrigerator, if they, show, if they giving, yeah, I'm sorry, my phone was ringing, y'all. Forgive me. If signs like they're hungry, all those things is communication. So I was just, telling my parents, like, these are things you have to look at. But I can go on and on and on into that.
Yeah, that is very true because I actually have a few friends and family members that they were bringing it to the doctor's attention, whether it was autism, ADHD. I even know one that her son was, I believe, deaf in one ear. He ended up having to get like a surgery, and the I forget what it's called right now. My mind is going blank, but the earpiece to go inside his ear and things of that
Oh,
nature. And they was
yeah,
letting the doctor know about it as opposed to the doctor letting them know about it. So a lot of times we do have to be aware and pay attention, and we may have to bring it to them. They may not even be the ones to bring it to us, and we are seeing things, but a lot of people getting misdiagnosed with things, and that's a whole nother story that we could do a whole nother video on
yeah, exactly.
too.
But if I can interject,
Mm-hmm.
so glad that you brought this up, because although I give presentations, I do private consultations, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, that's something, you have my information up there. People can reach out to me through the number that's up there, through via text, if they want a private consultation. And of course, there's a fee for that, because a lot of parents, when I speak to them and I do consultations, they are so heavy. So you're talking about sometimes an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. So now we've gotten it down to at least 45 minutes, so we can give them the right structure. But this is the jewel I'm going to drop on you guys, right? All of the presentations are free that I do in person, which is group presentations. So if there's a location or there's somewhere that you would like for me to come in your neighborhood, your community center, your library, reach out to us. We want to get through the whole NYC. But the jewel I'm going to drop on you, which a lot of people don't know, a pediatrician is not a developmental pediatrician. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
When you see that there's something going on and there's an unction in you that's telling you, okay, something is not right, right? You can go to the pediatrician, of course, express your concerns, because the pediatrician is there for the body. That's their job. They study the body, right? And if you can say, listen, can you refer me to a developmental pediatrician? If they do not refer you to a developmental pediatrician, you can always call your insurance company and ask them for a list of developmental pediatricians. The developmental pediatrician is the person, the physician who is in control, or who's the one who studied the developmental growth of of a child. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That is their profession. That is what they went to school to study. They know the ins and outs. They would do an assessment. They would be your advocate. So these things are extremely important. That's one of the biggest things that I come across with parents, and they do not know this because their pediatrician is so concerned, and I'm sorry to say it, about them receiving the swipe for the insurance to get paid. Let's call it what it is. That they would continue to allow these parents who are coming there with concerns and not give them the proper information to say, hey,
Right.
developmental pediatrician, because
Yeah.
I can make sure the health part is good, but I can't do
Right.
into development growth.
Yeah. Absolutely. And
Yes.
another thing I think is important, and again, this goes across the board, at least in my opinion, from being in the healthcare field and what I see with whether it's mental health, physical health. Sometimes we see people and we make assumptions like, oh well, you don't look this way or you don't look that way. That's one thing, and I've discussed that many times up here. The other thing is we will just put everybody under one broad umbrella
Mm-hmm.
and think that this is how that looks. And so, and again, correct me if I have anything wrong, because I'll be trying to get info anytime I come up here and give y'all information. And it was something yesterday that you put me on to that I didn't know, like as far as some of the pictures I was gonna share and the thumbnail that I had
Oh,
did, where you was telling me about not really using puzzles, but 90% of the stuff that I was seeing up there was actually puzzles. So I was like, really? Oh God, I felt bad. And then you was telling me something about the color yellow. So it's just really like,
yeah,
even for me, because like I said, it's been years ago. That's a long time. So I'm like, I'm sure many things have changed and they have
yeah,
updated many things. At least I would hope they would.
yeah.
And so,
I would mention.
I'm sorry.
No, no, it's okay. I apologize. I, for me now, like even with planning this event, so much that we put into it, all that comes out and support us. It is a fundraising event. The event itself is free. So the fundraising is you donating while you're there, you purchasing, food and things like that nature. But the activity, the sensory activities and stuff, and the games is free for the children and for the adults. We all going to have a good time. It's old school, introduce yourself to new school. But in preparing for this event, um, I tried my best not to display puzzle piece because I got I almost got persecuted on our foundation page, and it was mainly let's say teenagers and adults and you know um in that age group who were standing up like we never chose a puzzle piece. That does not represent us. The infinity sign represents us. A colorful infinity sign and saying what does it say? It says different is not normal or something like that. But the point is that the affinity sign is the sign that they go by now. So a lot of people because they just like the word autism, I don't even use it. It's brilliant superpower mind. You have to use certain things to associate certain things where people would automatically pick up and relate, because then they won't, because they don't know,
Right.
right?
Right. Yes. And if you don't know, then you're gonna,
Exactly.
right.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Because,
Exactly.
there is no one type of autism but many, and I'm sure that many people will, like I said, would just be like, oh okay, they autistic and that's that, and they would already have in their minds what that means to them. But we actually have I don't know, like again, correct me, I see 1 in 36 children and 1 in 45 adults in the United States.
Well, let me give you another well, not a fun factor, but a factor, and it's something that
Mm-hmm.
are as a community, we are really sleeping when it comes to this portion.
But
Or
that also, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was thinking that's also probably the people that actually come forward and what I mean, no, get diagnosed or whatever, and actually are incorporating and doing the things that they need to do, not the ones that are probably trying to say no, my child don't have that. They're not being counted in this number.
exactly that you basically took the words out of my mouth. It's a higher percentage than we know. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Discussed this before. I was like, just think about when we were younger coming up. What is it that we saw? For me, we were saying how we saw cerebral palsy, like right,
Yes.
but autism itself within our community, it was not something that was as broad as it is now.
Right.
And another thing that people are asleep about, and it's something that we will eventually, as my team is continue to be built, as our foundation continue to grow, there's things that we're targeting so people can open their eyes to see autism affects majority boys. Boys are procreators, and I'm a
Mm-hmm.
that, and you could
Okay.
patient and do what you want to do with it.
Right.
So if that's happening within our community, what is that to say? You know,
Right.
my son right now is in a classroom where there's no females. It's 8 boys.
Oh wow, I never even knew that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
it's something that people are sleeping on.
Mm-hmm.
So you got those who are awake somewhat, and then they're
Mm-hmm.
sleeping a little bit because they don't understand the severity of it. Um,
Mhm.
and the only way you're gonna know if someone inform you, right? So this is
Mhm.
to do as a foundation, to inform, to educate people, to come out to these type of events, to support, to really get involved. And I'm talking about if you're a retiree, a teacher, a therapist, music, if engineer, all kinds of skill sets, because the things that
Right.
do is on a whole nother level. I'm trying to make sure, because I have my child in mind, my love goes for all children. I worked with children for so many years, youth leader, choir director for the children. I always done
Mhm.
teenagers, doing my missionary work, and just being active in my ministry. So I have a
Yes.
young people, and I can't look at my son and want the best for him and don't want the best for everybody else's son and children as a whole, when they look just like my child. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They
Yes.
like my child.
Yeah, I
It's
can I can identify with that because that's why I do the self-care. It's like we are very nurturing people. We've been taking care of people all our lives, whether it was professionally, personally. So that's just in our blood. That's one aspect of it. And although I may not be able to do it in the same way, it
yeah,
was important to me with me getting help for myself and me seeing things that have happened and within my family and friends, and also working with it, that I was like, one of the first things I knew I wanted to do on this channel, besides the TV shows and movies, was talking about self-care and just bringing more awareness, because there's a lot of things that we have grown up hearing and learning that is not.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. We know that the mental health is so important. I see a therapist once a week. I strongly advise my parents to tap in to see to get a therapist. Some people are so against it, and I tell people it's a safe place. It's a safe place because when you're talking to your loved ones and your friends, and that's all good. God will send you the right people that you can really be vulnerable with. But there's times where you really need to really release yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Could be mad at the person that you could be the most vulnerable with, and now you can't really feel the need to share. And when I say safe place, meaning like this is something that's confidential. This is a total stranger who's just giving you their professional advice because they went to school for this.
Right.
Navigate
And
the
even your therapist needs a therapist. Your counselor
yeah,
needs a therapist. And
exactly,
don't think they sit there and listen to all these problems plus deal with their own life issues, and they ain't
exactly,
gotta have somebody to talk to.
exactly.
Hmm.
It's
Absolutely.
essential. And
So I just want to also, hi Candy Love, thanks for coming
I
through.
can't
I'm gonna
nobody.
read some of y'all comments. I don't want y'all to feel like I'm ignoring y'all.
I can't. I don't even know if I'm connected to my page. I don't know anything right now. I just know
um
I'm here.
okay. Um, yeah, acceptance is very difficult, Zeri B said.
Oh,
Miss Kira Speaks said anything associated with special needs can be hard to swallow for some people, and LSW says especially in our culture. And Zeri B also said that she is experiencing this currently with her son and his wife and her grand. Okay.
sorry.
Um Miss Kira Speaks said, oh wow, that's what I'm used to seeing, the puzzle piece. Good to know. Okay, yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
LSW said facts. Yeah, when I looked up there, I'm telling y'all, that was like 90% of what I was seeing on all different shapes, sizes, ways, everything. So I'm like, oh, okay, I got my thing all set up thinking I'm doing it cute. She was like, no.
Yeah, I was like, I got to
um,
for my teenagers.
Brilliant superpower genius. Yes, I
Yeah,
love
I like
that.
that. Autism equals brilliant superpower minds. So you could take me
Yeah.
if you want to.
She said, I love that.
Yeah.
Lemon Kush Pupper. Hey, Lemon Kush Pupper says that's nice. I
Oh,
thank y'all all for tapping in. I have shared her information in the community tab, is in my social media. Um, for anybody that's interested, it's also in the description of the video. Hey, Monique 69 Ways, what's going on, girl?
yes.
So,
We need your vibe.
um,
Need everything that you guys got. We're trying to do some amazing things. Like I say, we developing the music course, which is sensory motion movement. We have Iron Shopping Iron. That's our senior moms primarily, but we have some dads. Um,
okay.
our support systems for parents who are transitioning. So of course I'm one of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Listen in, and we can pretty much, be very informative, and we can hold your hand in areas that we know absolutely your hand needs to be held, as far as advocating, IEPs and, proper school settings and things like that. But I'm going to leave this with my parents, because I come across so many parents who, when we were going live a lot, and if anybody from Mothers Love and Beyond is up here, please forgive us. But we had to get the structure of the foundation rolling, you know, um,
Mm-hmm.
physically. So we was
Mm-hmm.
live in a pandemic, but we had to get it rolling physically. So forgive us for, not being there this last year, but we will return once, things are solid with our physical programs, because that's what's greatly needed for us to really evolve the way we want to and move this how we want to move it. So, but I want to say this to my parents. You have to understand that your child is a light, and you got to get to a place, and I know it's easier said than done, and share this with whomever you know that may be struggling in this area. You have to get to a place where you just do not care. Don't care. I don't care if people, my son used to poop on himself, and we would be in places like in church, we would be, on the bus, you could smell it. But what he done took a whole dump. And it's just like, and I would say to them, is anything you would like to ask me? And then some people can see, because you can, some people you can, if you looking, you can tell, and I would say he's on a spectrum, or he has developmental delay, or sometimes I wouldn't say anything. But I tell you what, you have to get yourself out of that box, because you're not free. You have lost yourself in the box, and because you lost yourself in the box, you don't even know who you are, right? A lot of my parents don't have balance in their life. So with my brand, Love Covers All, this is where we talk about your spiritual, your mental, and your physical awareness, right? And we are planning a trip to go to Baltimore for the weekends, because mom needs time out too, right? Parents need a break as well. And it's going to be like a overnight or a 2-day, depending on, and you guys can inquire about that information when y'all see it up there. But overall, that's for you to find your balance and to step out on faith and understand that your child is not meant to be put in a box. You got to stop caring what people think and how they feel. Let your child's light shine. As you can see, my son came in and just interrupted because he wanted to say his 2 cents. And guess what? It's not taking anything away from my cousin nor me, right? So let them be great as they are, okay? And get to a place where you start to feel more comfortable, where if you take them out more, because a lot of my parents, they don't take their children nowhere, they don't go to no restaurants, they don't go on vacation. We have to normalize this, because guess what, it's happening, and if you have to get around a group of other people who have children with special needs to make yourself feel more comfortable, then you do that. If you have to go
Yes.
to a group, then you do that. But
Yeah.
don't imprison your
And this goes all across the board, guys. Whether it's something physical, whether it's mental, whether it's especially like,
yes.
if you could apply this to all of those situations, because a lot of people stop taking care of themselves, and once they're taking care of other people, like that's a big, it's heavy. You don't want to go anywhere. Your whole life consists around that, or you probably are worried. Even me, just when I first got injured, and I was thinking about, I don't want to walk with a cane. If I'm walking with a cane, that means I'm looking like an old person. That means I'm looking like a disabled person. Like, you cannot worry about none of that stuff. You just got to do what is best for you, and that's it. Okay? I definitely had to learn that along the way. Hey, Zaria. Hey, Monique Nicole. I seen you come in. Thank you so much for joining. Anybody that is watching from Facebook, Twitter, I believe that you streaming on your channels, I'm streaming on mine. If y'all catch the replay and y'all not here in the live, let us know y'all came by. Please share if you have any information, or if you're dealing with anything. We want to hear from you. And of course, everybody is welcome. And again, all of her information is in the description of the video. It's also on my community tab. It's on Twitter. It's on Facebook. It's on Instagram. I was trying to share it everywhere I could. Okay.
It's going down, y'all. April 13th. What I said? April 13th, Saturday, at the Promenade Park, which is in Queens, New York, and Flushing, right across the street from Queens College, from 11 to 4 p.m. We are old school. Introduce yourself to new school. We're gonna have spades, pity pat, dominoes. We're gonna do some dance off. We're gonna have sensory tables for the kids. There's gonna be some food vendors there that you guys can purchase from because it's a fundraiser. And we just asking that you guys donate and support us. Our website is up there. We just appreciate you. We trying to do something different. We trying to make sure that our children can survive when we are no longer.
Right.
And
Miss Kira Speaks says, as a parent, sometimes I just have to remind myself to do what's best for my kids. The rest don't matter. Yeah, Monique
right.
60 Ways said exactly. I've been stopped caring. I already know you don't care, Monique 69.
Let them be
I
great.
already know that.
Great, honey.
And so, yeah, and you also just have to remember that everything looks different for each person. We got to stop trying to lump everybody in and just think that it's all, one way. That's a lot of what I spend time talking about up here. And there's going to be different sets of strength, challenges, and things of that nature. Some people may be nonverbal and communicate in other ways. But if you get the significant support is what I'm seeing and hearing, especially with how I've seen you build up this foundation and the things you tell me and the things I see you personally doing with Kimon, then more support can definitely lead to them learning more and being able to be independent. Like, it's a lot of special needs people that live normal lives with the right support and resources. Okay. Not everybody is, homebound and can't do nothing or whatever. And if they have the intervention, the education, the community, the support, these are the key factors that can help us achieve the goals where, you have people that are doing amazing things out here. I know for me, seeing Kimon from when he was born to now, child, listen, Kimon is smart. Okay. He definitely got the math down better than me. I ain't never been good with math.
Tell them what he did. First of all, y'all, let me make y'all laugh. Since we've been light with it, but so he got reprimanded yesterday because he did a big boo-boo, right? He made a big mistake. He was somewhat knowledgeable. He had been asking for a trombone for months. I promise y'all. Now, professional keyboard that he can make beats and all kinds of stuff because he loved music. His dad and his dad's wife invested in a beautiful professional drum set. So he felt like he didn't have the resources that he wanted here. Like the stuff that we had here was, I guess, small. And how he did it, I don't know. But these kids are so amazing. Mind you, he's 10. He purchased him a trombone on my credit card. Okay. And was excited about it. I'm looking through the camera. I'm like, Amazon, why Amazon is here? And they said, oh, mommy, my trombone has came. I said, yo, what? Down to the color that he liked, which is red. Okay. I could not believe it.
Wow.
It's like a part of me was like, I couldn't get angry to a certain extent. I just kept reiterating how disappointed and upset I was and explaining to him that that's a form of stealing. That's a form of honesty. You hurt my feelings. So another jewel I throw real fast because I know we got to go. ABA. ABA is essential. I don't care what the teacher, what the doctor, what anybody say. I'm telling you as a parent who had a child that was nonverbal up until he was 6, that ABA, hear me and hear me good, ABA is essential. It is necessary. It is not just for behavior. It's behavior of everything, everyday life. So that's another free jewel I just threw at you guys. So tap into it. Make sure you get your diagnosis. Your child has to be diagnosed and it has to have on the IEP or the diagnosis. So you have to get them assessed again. Then you go and do so that you can get ABA and you can have it at home so you don't feel stressed and have to run and go and That is what helped my son connect to the world. If you asked him what's in the sky, he could say the clouds, the sun, the moon, the star. There was a time he couldn't tell you that. He couldn't tell you what a corner was. You have some kids that can't tell you the floor to the ceiling. We
Mm-hmm.
to identify. If he goes outside, now he's aware of, safety, danger, stop when you see cars. Unfortunately, a child lost his life a few weeks back in Queens out here in Northern Boulevard. And it was very heartbreaking. He had autism, and it's like we are not being told what to do. And that's what my foundation is about. It's about, being informative, helping parents to transition, primarily those who struggle with denial and self-blame. And my son, although I was really upset with him, God has put me in a place, because while you're getting the ABA, you're learning skill sets yourself, right? That you can.
Right.
So one of the things I learned, that you don't physically have to touch a child with their type of genius. They learn repetitiously. So if you drill something in them and you're saying it over and over. So he had to deal with me being upset for
Mm-hmm.
an hour and a half. And he cried and
Yeah.
emotions, but that was healthy. He needed to tap into that. He needed to
Mm-hmm.
do something wrong. And then today I was able to celebrate him. I said, all right, so now let's figure out how we gonna assemble this red trombone that you purchased
Right.
on my credit card.
Yeah, and y'all know I'm always talking to y'all about repetition. So, again, this is the hip hop
Makes the brain
makes the
rock.
brain rock. Okay.
Hip hop.
Definitely, if you can, you guys, one way or another, any donations would be appreciated. Like I said, if you're in the New York area and you can go, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to attend because I'm going to be at my aunt and cousin's memorial. And so there is a poem. Well, there's more than, I think I wrote like 4 poems, but I'm going to read 2 of them really quickly because we already behind. It's my first time sharing it because I would have liked to be there in person and been able to read it there. So the first one, A Mother's Love and Beyond, okay? Beyond you, beyond me, shining a brighter light on autism and how it speaks to me. Beyond denial, depression, and self-blame, different spectrums, different places, different faces, different races, different problems, different struggles, different lives, different travels. One thing is for certain, acceptance is the key. You are not alone, nor should you be. Reach our arms all around the world, over the mountains and through the seas. Stop the stigma, share awareness and the lead. Or in the load, y'all. Sorry. You do not have to carry alone. Remove the embarrassment and the shame. Educate, embrace, and encourage all. We're in this together, all for one for all. Beyond you, beyond me. Okay. That's the that's the first one. And let me see what's another one. This one is A Mother's Love. A mother's love like no other. Mother, mom, mama, whatever you want to call her. We don't always feel strong or feel like we are doing things right. Just know you gave them life and sacrifice without them asking. Love at first sight. Raining down from you when you first saw their face. Wanting no more than to protect them and show them the way. Without God giving us the grace and the blessings that he gave, we wouldn't be able to conquer the storms and have the triumphs. But we are standing here today, ready to fight, lead, teach, and pray. A mother's love, unconditional love like no other. Love, love, love. Love will always win the day. A mother's love, a love like no other. Today, tomorrow, and always.
Hey.
Okay.
Oh,
So I am so proud of my cousins. So happy for you. And I can't wait to see what else you are going to be having in store. I know it's going to be amazing things.
Pray for us. We need it.
So
She's needed. We need all the prayers.
yes, baby. Okay, so you guys, we gonna just end it off. Y'all know I like to share some things that I saw that touched me, and little positive affirmations before we get out of here. This was one 2 weeks ago when I found out about my aunt. I was just lost for words, and I just I'm like, oh, I always share something positive, and I don't have nothing positive to say. And I came across this one, and I was like, okay, I'm feeling this. And it basically said, hold on to what is good, even if it is a handful of dirt. Hold on to what you believe in, even if it is a tree that stands by itself. Hold on to what you must do, even if it's a long way from here. Hold on to life, even if it's easier to let go. Hold on to my hand, even if I've gone away from you. Okay, that just it spoke to me when I saw it.
We know our
And
clouds of witnesses. So
of course, like I said to y'all, I have been definitely reflecting a lot these last couple of weeks. So, benefits of a habit of self reflection: self confidence, self compassion, better relationships, improved decision making, emotional awareness, personal growth, balanced lifestyle, emotional stability, stress resiliency, improved health and wellness. Definitely important, y'all, that
absolutely.
we take some time out for ourselves. If we not okay, we can't do nothing for nobody else. That's just what it is,
So look,
right? And so,
self-love.
Self-love.
yes, okay.
Self, honey.
So, we humans are always seeking inspiration, motivation, strength from outside elements, which actually takes us away from our inner strengths and abilities. Self-reliance means looking within to find inspiration. Okay. And of course, for me, also looking to God. Okay. You can't be looking to these human beings, child, sometimes. All right. Now,
Absolutely.
growth and mindset. I can learn from my mistakes, right? I can improve by working hard. I will never give up. I'm determined to be better. Self-reflection will help me succeed. I can overcome challenges with um effort, and I can train my brain. Okay. And it was so funny because those was just the two words that kept coming to me: reflection and oh, child, I done forgot the other daggone word that fast.
Oh, it's all right.
Oh God.
Mhm.
Oh goodness gracious, y'all. How my mind go blink. Reflection and resistance. And the funny thing, when I typed it in, while only movies and books was coming up, I was having a hard time finding like a quote or something. I said, what is going on here? But then I was just felt like these, fit perfect. And then some of these I already shared like during the week, on the community tab and social media. But again, one that just stuck out to me: behold you and all your memories, before you, all your dreams, around you, all who you love, within you, all you need. Okay. And so, of course, you guys always know I always tell y'all that, if you want me to send you any of these, I can. And they are on all my social medias. They are in the community tab. If you feel like you need somebody to speak to, you can always DM me. There's plenty of people that DM me, whether it's to check on me. Sometimes they need a check in. Sometimes they send me movies. I may not answer you back immediately, okay, depending on what's going on, but I do always answer back. And this one's another one that I loved. I choose. I choose to live by choice, not by chance, to be motivated, not manipulated, to be useful, not used, to make changes, not excuses, to excel, not compete. I choose self esteem, not self pity. I choose to listen to my inner voice, not the random opinions of others. I choose to be me. Okay.
I like that.
And then, I think this was the last one, which was just a couple of different positive affirmations for both men and women. And shout out to Kendall too, because she asked Moda J if we could get a self-care tab inside of the Discord. So a lot of these are shared inside the Discord now as well. Shout out to him for setting it up and letting us share
Oh,
there too. Okay.
mhm.
So and I'm just gonna say a couple of them, and some of them are kind of like up there more than once anyway, but I am greatness. I am powerful. I am talented. I'm intelligent. I'm a leader. I'm empowered. I am king. I am strong. I am magic. I am smart. I am gorgeous. I am kind. I am bold. I am charming. I am queen. Okay, y'all.
Oh, Kimon said, I am blessed. I know
I
that's
know that's right. I am blessed. Absolutely, honey. Okay. Yes, April 13th. Zeri B. No, is it April 13th or 14th?
no April.
April 13th. Yeah, I'm
Yes,
sorry, y'all.
gonna be a beautiful day, honey. The Lord is shining his sun
Yeah.
on us next Saturday. Next Saturday. Next Saturday, come.
All right, y'all. So I feel like I'm rushing us out of here. I'm so sorry, but I did set up my what you should be watching for 5 o'clock. So this started a little late, so therefore that one is a little late. But y'all know how we always make it do what it do. And
Yes.
shout out to all of y'all that joined us today. Definitely appreciate it. I thank you for joining me. Okay, thank you, Kimon, for being here with me, sweetie. I love you. I thank y'all for taking the time out.
Thank
And
you.
hopefully we can do this again and we can have a follow-up and an update. Listen, we've been trying to get this going. We was even supposed to, because some of you guys maybe remember her from when we was doing the celebration movies during Black History Month. And we were supposed to be bringing that back because, again, 365 days a year didn't got to just be for Black History Month. And we was working on something else, and we was going to kind of do like the interview, and let her tell about what was going on and then get into the movie. And that didn't work out. And I figured since it was Autism Awareness Month and I was going to come up here to do self-care anyway, why not incorporate it into this? So where there's a will, there's a way. We was going to make it happen in one way or another. But hopefully we can still do something with, our little movies that we was talking about in the future too. She a busy lady, so
definitely the movies, and definitely we can still do the interview because I've never really shared my testimony to the core. So I would love for you to do that.
Yeah, and I definitely it's crazy because that's one big part that I really wanted to do. Thinking about this channel, and it's kind of bittersweet because I've literally had the list. Like we were supposed to do this from a while back, and not to toot my own horn, but I know some pretty amazing people in my family and with friends that I wanted to have up here, but I also just wanted to be able to shine a light on people in general. That's why y'all see me do the shine the light, whether it's subscribers, other content creators or whatever. And that's a big part of what I wanted to do with my Facebook platform is just any Black businesses, authors, artists, just all across the board, foundations, whatever it may be, really letting people know about them and being able to shine a light on them, even if it's just sharing their different posts, if it's me being able to interview them up here. And so I had a list of like 15 people that I already knew off the back. I want these people here. And one of the people, unfortunately, was my cousin that passed away, Jimmy. And he was always supporting me, always encouraging me. So that just pushes me even harder to feel like I have to get that done. I have to definitely get my poems typed up so that I can get those published because I could just hear him in my head. So it's bittersweet that I actually got to have you come up here today. Finally, because this was a long time coming.
What do you say when we leaving off our live, right? What do you say? Remember,
you're not alone. It takes an amazing person to raise an amazing child. Amen.
Amen.
All right, y'all. We're gonna get on out of here. If y'all have time, come back for the what you should be watching, definitely. And I will see y'all there. If not, I'll see y'all the next time. Catch us on the replay. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. If you not, subscribe. What you say, Kimon?
Wait, he said what?
Thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoy our show. Please remember to subscribe to our channel and click the bell button. See you next time. Bye.
All right now, y'all. See y'all later.